The Raptors, where we will be broadcasting today's action live. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Raptors. Now, here is George. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Driving to the basket. And George with the stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
And given Robinson's upside coming out of college, it was a little bit of a surprise that he fell to the second round.
And he's more of a classic big that won't stretch the floor. You're not going to run the offense through him, but boy, you can't teach size and athleticism, and that's what he brings to the party.
Deal with it. Now Jack defending. 5 to shoot. 20 feet out. Rebound by the Raptors. With 3, Siakam. Robinson pulls it in. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Beal with the 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
And I'm sorry, but the D's got to know where Beal is at all times, especially when he's leaking out in transition.
Siakam outside. To the inside. Here's Wolf. And the layup's good off the glass.
The defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
A floater. It's blocked. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in.
Well, Fred could do this all day. He's that confident in his long-range shooting.
Now Beal. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
They get it back. And here is Jack. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. And it goes down 2 points. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Red Hot. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Shot to stop the run. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And one of the league's most gifted scorers, Beal relishes any chance he gets to finish while getting fouled.
Free throw good, Beal. When talking about Bradley Beal, Greg, we're not just talking about one of the league's elite shooters. We're talking about one of the league's elite scorers.
And if you don't hear Beal mentioned in the same breath as some other NBA superstars, you should. He's capable of putting up a 50-piece on any given night. This is no specialist. This is an absolute superstar.
Here's Jack. Tries again. And he sinks the layup. 6 points for him. Clippers trail by 3. Here's George.
When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
Jack with it. Three-pointer. That one, no good.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Down low. Here's Wolf. Excellent D that time from Robinson. The Clippers in the lead. All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, it's all about pace tonight. He said, quite frankly, I don't think they have the speed to keep up with us. So the more we run, better off we'll be. Power against speed tonight, Kevin. We'll see who wins. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Good on both.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Van Vliet. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Beal gets a wide-open look. Oh, good with the triple. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They trail by one. The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
14 foul.
He's off on the first.
At the line for your Raptors.
He hits the second from the line. 1:53 left in the first. Now here's Beal. 6 points for him. Pass to George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Steve, we know about Paul George, a fantastic outside shooter. He's been an elite three-point artist for some time.
Paul George can get a shot up over most defenders. That's why Kevin has a career three-point percentage that's creeping towards 40%, and he seems to be getting better with age.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
Comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. Fred does a lot of things for this team.
Outside, Beal. There's a screen by Robinson. Just 5 on the clock. From 13, Beal can't get it to go. Raptors with the lead. Outside check. Siakam outside. And finished off by Siakam.
That's what you love seeing from your bigs. Siakam leaving no room for error with the jam.
Pass to Beal. Here's Red Hot. And here is Robinson. That one's good from the corner.
Robinson.
I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
And so here's Toronto. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
The anticipation for the steal, the athleticism on the finish. Paul George is a game changer.
Shot by Jack. Wide open. Stolen away. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He got the double digits for the quarter.
All right.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
They double team Beal. Outside, George. Back to Beal. Lets it go with the three. Three-pointer. That one doesn't drop. And Toronto will go the other way with it.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Red Hot. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul.
Fred VanVleet.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
His second personal foul.
And down the road, grade which current player might make for the best coach.
Well, I'm always partial to the point guard. And if you're looking for leadership, man, Chris Paul, Mike Conley, those guys I think are destined to coach. I think LeBron would be a great one as well. But I got a sneaky suspicion he'd just rather hold the team. You just don't realize how difficult it is to hit a shot that deep.
And the officials call a traveling violation. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. The shot missing. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Pass to Birch. Kicks it out to VanVleet. A three from Barnes. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Pascal Siakam was the most improved player in 2019. He says, I love that I cannot be able to do something, but if I put in a lot of hours doing it, I can become good at it. The former 27th pick overall said, not to sound arrogant, but I saw this coming. Guys, he bet on himself.
He did. He was smart. He certainly put in the work. D.A., thank you. Here's George.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Los Angeles.
Guys, their willingness to attack the basket so far has been great. They're penetrating, find the holes in the defense, and score. From close range.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Some changes for Toronto. Raptors trailed by 8. Pass to Trent. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And now Beal pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
To stop the run. And Siakam with the nice bucket inside. Siakam's got his second bucket tonight.
This is where Siakam is comfortable operating from. He loves going to work in the paint.
From deep, George. It's hauled in by Watanabe. Now Jack. He's got 5. And Robinson comes to help. And it's Trent in the corner. bangs home the trifecta.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
There's a screen by Robinson. There's Beal with the three. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Raptors trail by 3. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Can't let Beal get that comfortable because he's so efficient once he gets in that area.
And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. From deep. He can't get that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Shaq with it. Now Beal defending. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Raptors have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. Clippers leading by 3. Beal taking his time here. There's a screen by Robinson. Pocket 6. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Just such a high IQ. Beal using the balance to get to the line where he's just a fantastic free throw shooter. And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Pass to Trent. Back to Jack. There's a screen to the middle. Takes it out to Siakam. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
And hit the corner 3. Raptors trailed by 5. Here's Jack with the drive. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play. Raptors have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
So impressive the way Siakam has emerged as a #1 scorer.
He has a great handle for his size. The length is hard for any defender to deal with, whether Siakam's back to the basket or facing up.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
And Jack, here we go. Robinson with the block. To the paint. It's tipped. Right wing. Toronto working the ball around now. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Jack surveying the D. It's Trent on the wing. To the left wing. And Robinson comes to help. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Robinson. Goes red hot. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And he dumps it down.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Here's George. Outside Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. It's Beal on the wing. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Now into the lineup for your record.
Here's George. Just 3 to shoot. No good from outside. Toronto trailing. There's Dragic with the 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
The entire arena expected him to take it all the way. Going Dragic with the nice pull-up.
Outside for George. And there's the drive. Here's Robinson. A slam dunk by Robinson.
Assisted by.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Your record. 34. The Clippers. 34.
So the clock runs out with the score tied going into... And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Beal. He's got 15. From outside the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Beal's got 18 points in the game.
And this is Beal at his best. He's cooking with grease, and his teammates need to keep feeding him.
Got that one up quick. Watanabe's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Pass to Beal. The shot's good on the assist by George.
For 3.
Beal's got 6 here in this quarter.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid, coming at them time and time again.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Van Vliet.
One of the best defenders in the NBA, Paul George displays strong timing and discipline.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And it's Dragic off the drive. Beal with the steal. One-on-one here. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Second shot opportunity, and that one is good.
Morris Sr.
And now a 5-point Clipper lead.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
And the shot goes in from Siakam.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Bradley Beal.
And the shot goes in.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Bradley Beal.
And throughout his career, Dragic has been a leader. It's a natural fit for him.
Duncan Robinson called him the ultimate leader. Dragic, leader of his national team for a decade now. Guy just embraces the responsibility of it all. And we all know what George brings offensively, but it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor. And the team has gotten it done here in spite of his performance. Still 0 from the field.
For the three. And again, Toronto no luck. Clippers leading by 3. And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
That's just being out of sync and at the worst time, costly.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And here's Jackson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. He takes it in. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 5.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
Back to Anunoby. There's the pick. And Dragic has it in the corner. Clock at 6. Here's Van Vliet. And the Raptors miss again. Clippers leading by 5. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul.
That's his first.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. From deep, George. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
All right. Look who's coming out of the court. Come on and get out for your Northside crew.
Trailed by 8. Pass to Boucher. Batum brings the double team. And the ball. Ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good that time. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Outside, Batum. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Anunoby. There's Dragic with the 3. Batum grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Toronto with the timeout. All right. Look who's coming out of the court. Come on and get loud for your Northside crew.
And Toronto making a change.
Your Northside crew.
And it's the Raptors ball. It's a 10-point game.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
Outside Jack. Driving the lane. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
They've been playing such pesky defense. It's been very impressive, especially all the turnovers they've caused.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they defended the rim, as they challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Outside Jackson. Back to George. For three. That's no good. He's 5 of 10 from the field. Raptors trailed by 8. Van Vliet outside. Jackson comes over with the double. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum.
Raptors ball.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Clippers leading by 8. 1:19 left in the third. On the wing, Batum. This one for three. Outside for George. And a miss there on the triple.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
And Jack, here we go. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Raptors have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And he's good on the second. Here's Los Angeles now. They've led by as much as 10. Stolen by Jackson.
Well, it's important to get points any way you can, and Ibaka's turned himself into a good free throw shooter.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
You know, Serge Ibaka, not the player he used to be, but he still has great touch on his shot. Doesn't have that same explosive step, but he's still good.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Out to Ibaka. Pass to man. Screen by Ibaka. Pick off in midair. That's great Toronto. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Ibaka comes with the double team. Jack with it. Shot clock at 6. Here's Boucher. And the dunk by Boucher.
And you have to credit Anunoby. He's put in the work to become a better playmaker.
Out of bounds. Toronto ball.
Outside Jack. That will count. And the last second. Does not go in for it. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Clippers on top, leading by 5.
It's the fourth quarter.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Raptors trailed by 5. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his second.
That one on George. Free throw drops for Jack. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Jackson. Pass to Jack. Inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's George. Batum. Here's Jackson. Now here's Batum. Outside Jackson. Clock at 4. Eyes yet again. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
Second team foul.
Toronto trailing. Van Vliet outside. They double him with George. Back to Van Vliet. Raptors moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. The rebound by Paul George. Clippers leading by 3. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Boucher with the steal. They get a hand on it. Ibaka with the ball. Now Jack defending. Here's George. Batum trying to break loose. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto, trailing by 5.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Los Angeles leading by 5. Beal drives in. 2 points. That one goes. Beal's got 10 points in just the second half.
And great recognition there in the pick and roll. Beal usually able to make the right play.
Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Clippers ball.
Tries a 3 off the inbound. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Boucher.
Clippers ball. Coming onto the floor for your record. Siakam.
Outside, Beal. 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Here's Robinson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. So it's Toronto now. 7-point differential. Van Vliet outside. The Clippers grab the miss. They've led by as much as 10.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
Outside, George. Shot clock at 5. Is let up. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Toronto ball.
Here's Jack. Pass to Van Vliet. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
What agility from Fred Van Vliet in the paint, zipping around the defense.
Here's Wolf. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Here's Jack. Lays it up and banks it in. And it's now only a 1-point Los Angeles lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
There's a screen by Robinson. Back to Beal. Pocket 6. To the middle. Ball stolen. Knocks it loose. Paul George with the steal. It's stolen by Jack. Now, here's Anunoby. And Robinson comes to help. To the inside. Stolen by Robinson. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Now George. Stolen.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe this play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
There's a good screen. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Jack. 5 on the clock to take the lead. And it's blocked.
And a rare block shot from Moore. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
And here's George. Here's Redhawk. Covered by Van Vliet. Inside Robinson. Over Siakam. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Van Vliet picks one up. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one he really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 5 points in the quarter. We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Outside for Beal. It's stolen by Jack. Here he goes. Pass to Siakam. And he converts the layup. And it's a 3-point Raptor lead. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Raptors.
They've been playing such pesky defense. It's been very impressive, especially all the turnovers they've caused.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in the transition.
Outside, George. And it's Beal in the corner. Will it go? Oh, what a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And people thought Beal was just a shooter out of college, but he rounded out his game when he learned how to finish through contact.
And that's a foul. Called on Bradley Beal. That's foul number 2 for him. 50 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Down low. Stolen by Robinson.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it.
And it's the Raptors' ball. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter. And the Raptors call time here. They're up by 3. 29 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the last timeout, listening to Nick Nurse talk to his team. This game is close, and he told his players, hey guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
The drive by Beal. And there's the block. Just stops it cold and takes possession. Ibaka outside. Outside, George. pass to Beal. For the tie. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued